and welcome.
Too early. I haven't unmuted us yet.
You should basically go, and I just sort of went for it. Sorry. Hi, welcome back. We're professional as always. We are going to do a quick question time now, where I'm going to let my players just ask me anything about the campaign, and if it doesn't ruin anything that I have planned for the future, I will give them a truthful answer.
Nice.
And if it will ruin something, I will politely say sorry.
Oh, now look at the list.
You can organise amongst yourselves who was attacking first.
Did you have fun?
So much fun. I've been
Good.
Thank God.
It has been an
No,
utter
never
joy
playing
to
you
play
again.
with you three and to
Yay.
like see the three of you like come together to solve issues and problems and just in general fuck shit up. It's been absolutely
Yeah.
I'm just gonna move that because it is blinding me.
Oh yeah, fine.
Yeah, thank you. If you could shuffle those off
Yeah.
so the light is reflecting
We don't
off them.
need
What
them
do you mean we're not
anymore.
using
Thank you.
them anymore?
Oh yeah.
But yeah,
Have back the braces.
I
and
hope
the
you've all
bits.
had fun as well.
Yes.
So much fun. It's been great.
For sure.
We had a wonderful time.
Yay!
Hopefully.
It's bonkers that it's now just over 1 year post convention,
Yeah.
and we are finishing.
So cool.
Where did we get to? Mid-August last year. Let's see.
I genuinely think we might have been in hell by that point.
Oh yeah.
I mean,
25th
we
of
were in
August.
general, but where were we in the campaign?
25th of August last year, session 19,
Yeah.
level up to 13.
Yes.
Whoa.
The bulk of the campaign has been spent in the last little bit.
Yeah.
It
Where were we?
massively
Oh.
slowed down.
We
as soon as
resumed
Yeah,
in
yeah,
the
we were
suite in the Collector's Palace.
In the collectors, yeah.
So it'd already gone to
In the
hell
trials.
and then moved on to the Feywild.
Yeah.
Yeah, we did slow down a bit, didn't we?
Yeah.
We were
I kind of let
busy.
you lot
Yeah.
direct the pace in the last, what I call chapter.
Uh-huh.
So, yeah.
Nice.
Which I hope is not wasn't a
No,
bad
not in the
decision.
slightest. It was good.
Mm.
It's really good. Very cool. Okay, I gotta know. So,
Yes.
Alex has been saying for some time that we have been asking a question.
An important question.
And we've asked it a couple of times in character or above the table, or like during sessions. And was there something about us skirting around the answer too?
You never figured out the answer
Yeah.
the question.
But you were like, this is a relatively.
But what was the
kind of-
question we
yeah.
were asking?
So we gotta know.
Okay.
What was it?
You managed to like skirt around this question several times, but the question itself is, why did William Matthews need the city back in the material plane? You asked yourselves that multiple times,
Yeah.
but never really came to a conclusion.
No, we didn't.
Well, that's because
Was
we
it
we
because it
rolled
was,
really
like,
well.
Torm's divine
On-
domain or something?
No, I don't believe so.
We saw him muddling about it, and then we did some rolls, insight and religion and that, and we rolled really well, I think.
I think you rolled middling, if I remember correctly.
Oh.
You
I'm
rolled
sorry.
dog shit well.
It
Well-
was really good for Adlin, which is
Because I remember like throwing out ideas to you.
Yeah, but
Like-
you didn't tell us anything like tangible, anything that we could use.
Yeah.
Almost. Yeah. It's like you don't think it's this, and you don't think it's that.
Interesting. Okay.
Was there any other way to figure it out in that case, or was it effectively gated behind this
Was
check?
just rolling
No,
high.
no.
I rolled out.
I think there's more than like one way. I just think
Okay.
it never really was something that you struck a chord with you all. So you never like tried to talk to William about it. You never tried to talk to Sir Siren about it. You never tried to talk to Garen about it or anything like that. There was
I
never
think there
like
might have
any...
been briefly talk about asking about it, and I don't think any of us actually followed it up.
Yeah, I don't
Yeah.
think like any of you went down that rabbit hole.
So what is the
So
answer?
what was it?
So
I'm an idea.
William Matthews had been tasked with taking the city back to the material plane by his guiding angel, with the express purpose that like Torm didn't want Io to have her own domain, and knew that if she took the city, she'd get her own domain. So if William Matthews like could
He
stop
had his
the
own
city
Doris.
being taken, he could stop her from having a divine domain because she needed the city for that.
Yeah. Okay.
He,
So
he wasn't fully aware that's why Torm asked for it, but he knew that his guardian angel or his guiding angel, whatever
that
the term
really
is,
explains
spirit
why he
guide.
was so mad afterwards, because he was chewing people out because he knew he was about to get chewed out.
He knew that he'd failed in his task.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did we fight? Because obviously we fought Joris. right at the end there, he appeared and tried to stop us.
Yes.
Was one of the people that we fought the guardian of him?
No.
Okay.
No, his spirit guide
would have
was
been
not
cool
there.
if we were
Was
like,
his spirit guardian, whatever, unique to him in a similar way that Joris was to Adlin, or was it one that came with the position of High Observer? Like, is this like
yeah.
the appointed angel
That
for
would
the High
be so
Observer?
fun.
No, it was unique to him.
Okay.
That's a cool
So
question.
the High Observer
though.
isn't necessarily somebody of Torm, so there isn't like a spirit
of
guide that is
course.
attached to that position, because it could be somebody of Bahamut or it could be somebody of Tyr.
Hopefully next time it is.
Yeah.
Very cool. Lucky that's it. That was my one question.
Your one question. Okay. I had 3.
Mm-hmm.
The tarot card,
Yeah.
city. What was the other one?
Cat.
And the cat.
Cat.
Yeah.
Tarot card,
Okay,
sure.
what was up with the tarot card?
So if you remember correctly, when we drew the tarots, it each like allowed.
I don't remember when we drew the tarot.
It was a very long time.
It was
ago.
ages and ages ago. We were at like. It was when we were at the Pearlmire or no Dusthelm
The
town
Summer
fair thing.
Yeah.
The summer fair.
Oh, yeah. Is that when we met Polly's parents?
Yeah. And we all drew a tarot card and they all had a special power. And you both got told yours.
Yes.
Yeah.
I didn't got told
You
shit.
didn't get
No.
told shit.
I didn't got told shit.
Regrettably, despite the fact that there were negative cards that were included in that pack, and you drew a negative one. You drew the devil,
What?
and the
Why
idea.
did he seems so cheery?
You're
the,
the reason that we went to hell. It was that hard.
the idea behind the devil is that there was an unrelenting and unstoppable being that was attempting to track you down.
Oh, you
and kill
don't
you.
say.
And
Oh, like from the
Yeah.
deck of many things, devil card.
a little bit.
Oh!
Yeah.
Was it
Okay.
just the
So
Was it
I
the guy?
merged
The
that
trident
into the Talos
Ah.
Oh, that's cool.
champion.
Very cool.
That was him, and I gave him some of the attributes of the devil that you drew
Very
effectively
fun.
to make him a bit more capable of tracking you down effectively.
I mean, he did succeed.
That's cool.
And
Yeah.
then,
Kind of, yeah. He got so close on so many different occasions,
Oh?
and then you all did something that just completely ruined him being able to like pin you down.
interesting.
Such as?
There was a lot of times that you did like little bunny hops of like magical jumps and stuff like that that meant that there wasn't exactly a trace of where you'd been, and that happened several times.
That's
like,
true. We went to hell. We went to the pocket
like
dimension.
even before
we went
that,
to
you
Feywild.
started like
Were we?
not. I don't think consciously, but there was like little things that I was like, oh, I'm like, I've got someone that's actively tracking you and that can vaguely tell where you are, but is having to manually do a lot of the work as well. And then suddenly you would do something as a group that would like cut off my ability to track where you were going. Like even when you jumped on the boats in
Yeah.
the sewer, there's no like physical way for him to tell exactly what happened there other than
yeah.
to follow the river and try and figure out where you stopped.
We're
so there
really
was-
good at being on the run from the law.
Yeah.
without
That's
even
what I'm
fucking
hearing.
knowing it.
Yeah.
And yet you've been in jail how many times
Yeah,
now?
I know.
And there was like so many times that you caused enough of a problem immediately behind you that it caused him a problem with trying to catch up
So
with
was he
you.
just a dude? Because like when we encountered him at the Feywild, he was just like an invisible entity.
He was a
kind of
spectre, so
Yeah.
effectively because he lost control of the
Trident.
the trident, he was cursed with eternal life, and he's cursed with like always being like trying to return to the trident to reclaim it, as was the possessor of the trident before him and the trident before them, etc., with the idea that effectively they try and wipe each other out
Yeah.
to regain power. And he like successfully got rid of the person before him, but then lost the trident and has spent like several hundred years as this like slowly fading away spectre, desperately trying to become a person again, because it got to the point where like he didn't have a sense of self anymore. He was losing that side of him. He just knew that was the trident. That's my goal. That's what I've got to do. And he murdered a lot of people on the track down behind you as well. I think there's a little bit of like, as you start retracing those steps, and particularly into Dusthelm and stuff like that, you'll find this little weird trail of blood that follows you at some point.
This is why you're in jail so much. You think you did
Got your
this?
fingerprints all over it.
Yeah, but that was a really interesting one because I intended them to like meet you a lot earlier, and then you just kept being like a step ahead and a step ahead and a step ahead, and it got to the point where like you jumped to the Feywilds, and I was like, so he now knows you're on a different plane of existence, and now there's like the issue of trying to get him to that plane of existence, and then what happens when this like completely like unique creature steps into the collector's domain as well, and the collector goes, yeah, that's mine, thank you very much, kind of thing. Yeah, so it was a weird one. I had intended you to meet what I named the Talos Devil significantly earlier, and then you kept outpacing him.
So then did you take the card away after...
I took the card away after you defeated him in the maze.
Nice.
Very
Nice,
cool.
nice.
Cool.
Wow, if only we were observant, we might have.
Noticed.
Yeah.
What was your other one? There was...
What was up with the cat?
Yeah. Was it the bodyguard?
Yeah, it's the bodyguard.
Yeah, it was the fucking pit fiend.
The bodyguard and Glacia's husband.
Ooh.
Oh.
They've been like paramored for like centuries.
Ooh.
Scandalous.
A little bit, but that's fine with them.
Who's marrying up?
Sort of, yeah, it's as close as devils get, but yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah,
Polly is by name by nature, so.
I mean, Glacia never technically told you that she was.
By nature. I know it's not. It's not good enough, but as long as they've got their arrangement, whatever.
Yeah.
Oh dear.
It's a bit more of a like she is his boss several times over, so like it's not the greatest relationship. but,
Yeah,
like,
that's-
I think there might be a bit of a power dynamic there.
he doesn't
little
exactly
bit
get to say no, which is a bit.
There can't not be a power dynamic with devils because they are all like hierarchies.
Yeah, effectively, like she is like vying for power, and wherever she becomes like duke of kind of thing, he gets to be the second in command. So he gets a heck of a lot of power by following her around. kind of.
Yeah.
A lot more than your average pit fiend.
Fair enough. Very fair.
Cool.
So a bit more political than romantic.
So you had one about the city as well?
Yeah, the town that we didn't go to.
Can you be more specific? There's a couple.
We went through there on the boat.
Oh, Greyfort.
Greyfort, yeah, that
Yeah.
was the one.
Yeah.
And you were like, how could we have ended up seeing it?
Yeah,
What
I was
there to
baffled
see?
by that
What was,
because
I had
what were
a
your plans for it?
like set up.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like
God.
getting off the ship and actually having a wee mosey, I don't know if that was ever on the docket.
It really depended on how you were going to go through the fort checkpoint, because there are multiple different ways to go through the fort point. There are 3 different ways to get through the fort. In terms of, there are checkpoints, but like you can just like use magic or stealth or something to completely try and circumnavigate them and slip around through the forests and stuff like that. But you'd have to like give up the boat and stuff at that point, and you knew you still had a river to traverse. There was obstacles.
Yeah.
And you chose a certain path of like doing disguise self and sticking to the boat and then just booking it out of there kind of thing, which is a great decision. I don't think it was a bad one in the slightest.
We just missed a whole town.
We missed a whole time. I built a map. There's like a blacksmith, a teacher. There's stables.
I really wanted to meet the teacher.
Yeah.
There's loads of like rumours you could have picked up while you were there and stuff like that, and like more like clues to what was actually happening at the time as well. Because I think at the time you were still going through the like why are the bloody Kraken stealing stuff and things like that. You were still like in that stage, so like I can see that there's like
Simpler days.
a load of rumours that I had kicking about in town that you could have come across and stuff. And it's more like you could have stopped in the town for a day or something and like done a bit of like investigating and just in general having a bit of fun kicking about town kind of thing.
Cool.
But you booked it up the stream, so
Yeah.
which is very fair.
Were Adeline's parents real? Or illusory?
Ever.
Joris's summons.
Yes, that was their spirits.
Oh,
That's so dark.
That's monstrous.
It's
It
so...
wasn't meant as dark, I must admit.
Yeah.
It was meant as Joris kind of knew that if you were going to be taking the path that he wanted you to take, which was like a full devotion to Torm and that like that, you weren't going to end up in an afterlife where you would ever see your parents again. So there was a little bit of like.
Well, good news. No, you're not going to be in Torm's afterlife, so jury's still out. Maybe you'll get to see him. Although it doesn't seem like you're dying anytime soon.
No.
Yeah, a little bit.
He's had a bit of closure from seeing them there and then.
You
I
could
think it was
probably
like
summon them like Joris did. You could have tea with them.
Don't know if I can.
Bring them out for mimosas.
That sounds more traumatizing.
Let us
You
meet
feel
them.
certainly would be able to do it for you, but I guess there's a choice there of do you want that?
That feels a bit weird to be like prying souls out of another god's domain to like come and have tea.
Well, they're
with
not
you.
necessarily in Torm's domain, sorry.
Oh, okay.
Because in my understanding of cosmology and the existence, all dead souls end up in the same place unless a god has a certain claim to them.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So they all flow through the Raven Queen. So yes, Joris brought forth the spectres of your parents, and I think he meant it not necessarily as like a horrific act in and of itself. It was meant as a jarring thing to test you, but it was also meant as a bit of closure for Adeline, I guess, of like, because I believe it was like your mum who was like, "I'm so proud of you," and it's like they never got to see you grow up, kind of thing. They got to like, they never got to see you join the Knights of Ash and try and like find your path, and I think he was genuinely trying to be a good spirit guide there of like your parents got that piece.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, that's nice. And then something you told me like, oh, definitely bring that up at question time, and it's to do with when the Avatar of Torm bolted out of the temple and flew up above it and started to cast a spell, and Adeline like cancelled it or something, and it turned out and it was plane shift.
Yeah.
And I think I said something in a moment about like, no, and you know, if this is his last ditch effort to try and stop the ritual, it'll be Meteor Swarm or something. It will be flatten the temple and everybody in it and shit. And you said something at the time like, ooh, hold that thought.
Yeah. Okay. Meteor Swarm quite quickly started to destroy the city and things like that. I wouldn't have necessarily disrupted the ritual.
Oh, okay.
What he needed was to stop Earfeel concentration.
Yeah.
And such. And like Meteor Swarm might have done that. But at the same time, he was losing a lot of power. Like he didn't necessarily have access to a lot of this stuff. Particularly in a plane of existence, the Hells, that he is not native to and he is not allowed into. He is not meant to be there. But he was like pushing himself in. So
he's got a devil's piston too. Handy.
There's also, I think, the question of, and I don't think this has ever been made clear, because it's just not a line of thought that anybody came up with and then pursued, of how much Glacia actually interfered with that fight.
Yeah.
And I can tell you that she interfered a lot more than you thought in terms of stopping Torm from being able to do a certain amount of stuff. Because one of the things that I'm not entirely sure if you quite hit on is that as soon as you killed Zariel, the ownership of Avernus shifted to the next.
It was her.
It shifted to Glacia. She became like warden of Avernus, and that gave her full control over Avernus, which also then gave her control over what other higher power beings could do to a certain extent. That also means she had full control over stopping Earfeel.
That's crazy.
As well as
in another
limiting
world,
Torm's power.
in another world, Torm making a deal with Glacia, being like, "Listen, can we shut this down?"
Yeah.
Like, that's
That could have happened. Yeah.
That's so
Or
wild.
just another world where we hadn't been friends with her.
Yeah.
I'm not sure you ever really knew what her plans were there.
No, we got the vibe that she wanted this to happen. She wanted
Yes.
Earfeel to ascend because tumult amongst the gods of the upper planes is probably to her advantage.
It's good fun, certainly.
But I'm not sure we could ever have pieced out the specifics of she wants Tormund to fall and I to rise, and that means this affects this plan and this plan. We don't know shit about that.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's fun. It did, as daft as it sounds, like that Torm angel did seem maybe a tad limited what he could do.
There are versions of the ending of this campaign, because I never wrote the ending to this campaign. This is something I have discussed at length with Will in terms of how I created this campaign. I wrote 2/3 of this campaign, and then I set out a series of like diverging paths.
Like if then else, kind of. Yeah.
With the idea that after we get to a certain point, you all write the ending. It's your ending. You pick the path that you end up with. And that kind of dictated who you ended up with as a final boss. It ended up what they could do. It ended up with where the fight was and stuff like that. And like because of the alliances and the fact that you didn't piss off certain people as well as like actively making alliance with people, ended up with you ended up with this Torm aspect that was not actually Torm, because he could not enter Avernus. But you ended up with this sort of stilted version of Torm that was all he could send of himself. Because Glazia couldn't stop that getting in, but she could stop anything worse.
So there's a world where we could have been fighting
a
real Torm?
significantly worse Torm, yes.
Or Io, or was how early on did you clock that we were maybe gonna go up against Tor?
I must admit, I wasn't sure what the final boss would be until very close to the end. It was very like swithering to me of like who you're going to side with, because I think that you spent a lot of time trying to work out, do we want to trust Io, and like do we want to try and ascend her and stuff? Because like I had like a backup person to fight for if like if you didn't want to side with Torm but didn't want to side with Io kind of thing, but I needed to have an end boss fight.
Who was the backup person?
You could have ended up fighting Glazia.
Oh, cool.
And ended up with a fight against her.
Interesting.
In a variety of different scenarios. But yeah, they were like the 3 main end bosses to me of
Torm, Glazia.
Yeah, and depending on what choices you made, depended on which boss you ended up with and what they were able to do based on where they were and what other alliances you'd made and stuff like that. So I wanted to make it so that all of your choices mattered and that you got a chance to sort of write your own story or solve the problem the way that you wanted to solve it, rather than me being like, no, stick to the railroad, we've got this boss and we're going for this boss. I wanted you all to have a bit more agency than that.
Well, we appreciate it. I'm so glad we didn't have to fight Glazia.
Yeah.
It'd be quite hard.
I would have just felt bad. I liked her.
I think, there was a fair bit of like camaraderie in the way that you treated her, which did give you a fair amount of like stock with her in terms of she'd actually have a conversation with you, and that sort of developed more and more. So even though you never made a deal with her, you never pissed her off and you never got in her way.
Yeah.
So and you were actively doing what she wanted as well, so she didn't want to get in your way. So there was a bit there that she was kind of happy just to be pally and not really push you into a deal and push you away kind of thing.
Yeah, that's cool.
Very cool.
I think that's everything I jotted down.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't have that many questions. I think that the amount of questions we had is scaled based off of how many notes we took, and my one text document on my phone is not nearly as big as this or that.
What question do you want us to ask you?
Is there anything you want to tell us?
Yeah, that's a good question, Isla. Excellent question.
There are quite a number of aspects that we never touched, quite simply because you just didn't go that path. You didn't go that way.
The plot lines are...
Yeah. So like I had a whole backup plot line for if you successfully interrupted the ritual to get Pearlmire 2.
Because we were fucking close.
You were very close, yeah. Very close. And I know you think it wasn't possible for you to stop the ritual, but I kind of tried to set it up in a way that it was possible.
Oh no, I fully believe it was, like, it wasn't impossible.
Yeah.
It was just that...
And like we talked about it, and also like it was more fun that we failed.
Yeah.
For sure, but it was annoying as hell at the time.
Yeah. It was whatever Arva's turn was after we yoinked the cup and started moving towards the doorway.
Also,
that turn made me realise, oh, you're not fucking around here. You're using everything she can do to achieve this.
Yeah.
Oh, and I'm not sure we can... Yeah.
Well, I think by that point she'd already completed the ritual. She was just there to, like, get out. The ritual... So, you never made it into the ritual room before she did the ritual, I believe.
I don't know if that's true.
I don't remember.
Because if I remember correctly, I think you were in the room with Tezen when there was, like, the earthquake style thing.
Yeah.
And that's when the city jumped.
So it was like a corridor with a translucent gate or something?
Yeah.
And, like, Varro's entire job was to stop you getting into that room. And he sacrificed Tezen to do that. He moved to block the path.
Stole the cup, though, and there was a whole thing of,
You successfully got into the ritual room after the city jumped, and Arma was still there. She completed the ritual, she now needed to get out.
But they needed the cup back. Like they
wanted it back,
okay,
They just didn't want you to have it.
I misunderstood then, so okay, I understand then.
So yeah, there was like... I did put a lot of obstacles in the way that would made it quite hard to get in there, and I think the approach that you took, which was just sort of full-out battle, meant that you were like running in, hitting a wall of like enemies, and then nobody ever thought to try and like figure out
past them.
Yeah, to the next room. And maybe I didn't telegraph that there was something massive going on in the next room well enough, although I had hoped that I had, because you knew there was a ritual
back,
and there was like shakes happening occasionally and stuff.
Don't think we realised how close we were to the deadline for it.
Right, okay.
I was like, if we don't do it this turn,
I definitely thought that the ritual hadn't concluded, like right up into the second. Like that we were actively observing it. Because I don't think that she did all that. Like, she didn't do a lot. Like, she didn't cast for some of it, and I thought that was because she was ritualing. But I might be misremembering. Anyways, yeah, that was a crazy one. So what was the
what was the backup?
Yeah, had we managed to get there?
Had you successfully done that, the cult was going to regroup and attempt it on a different city. Its backup city was Dusthelm. It's not the preferred city, quite simply because it doesn't have the religious connection. But they couldn't get a hold in the other city.
That would have been kind of cool, because that would have been your family was there.
Your friends,
I don't have any family there, but yeah.
Friends are family, come on.
Okay, yes.
Are we not family? Come on. Don't answer all at once.
Yes.
There's only 3 cities in the Sapphire Coast. There's Parma, there's Dusthelm, and there's Dawnguard. And the cult didn't have a hold in Dawnguard. It's just too locked in militant that it's quite a hard city to like infiltrate. So it was gonna be Parma and Dusthelm, and Parma was the obvious choice based on its religious inclinations, and they wanted to kind of disrupt the Knights of Ash and that as well. But Dusthelm was the backup.
Interesting. Very interesting. Cool.
So there was a whole course of action that was me trying to get Arva out of there if the ritual failed, and making sure she gets out, preferably with the cup, and then trying to get everything set up so that she can then do it where she jumps Dusthelm.
Yeah.
I have that session. I think it's the first one I have in here. Session 10, January 2024.
Aww.
3 cultists, 3 zombies, Tezen and Varro in the outer room. Top around 3 explosion goes off. And Varro drops a glass wall on us. Yeah.
Gosh. So it was all over round 3.
You'd spent a lot of time like dithering on the way in or something like that.
How dare you accuse us of being ditherers?
So I accelerated that.
We have never procrastinated anything in our lives.
We spent a lot of time in the last 2 chapters procrastinating.
We really did.
No.
So yeah, there was that whole side of things. If you'd gone to Glacia for help and things like that, we would have seen more of Avernus, as she had tasks for you that she needed you to do in Avernus. And things like that. There's like multiple little lines that were all part of what ending you wanted to choose that we never touched on because you didn't go down that route of exploring Avernus was one of them. The Torm side of things, if you just continue to side with the Knights of Ash and Torm and things like that, there's a whole side there of how do we save the people without like that much help, because Torm wasn't willing to step in that much. And things like that of like, do we sacrifice the city, do we do this, and how do we get the city back when we've not got Torm to help, and things like that. So there was that whole aspect of that side of things, and how you solve that, and a lot of that compounded into what Varro was doing as well with Arva, where he was like part of like MacGuffin hunting and things. There's a lot that could have happened that didn't, based on player choice. That I don't regret not coming up, but it's very interesting to me that it's
certainly, absolutely. Just think how much longer this campaign could have been.
Where's Kyle?
Oh my god, where's Kyle?
Kyle's still in a bonus.
No!
He never made
Really?
it back to the sea.
What? Okay, we've
He's
gotta
fine.
rescue him.
Where has he been?
He's fine.
We gotta rescue him. Rescue
What is he
mission.
doing? How is he fine?
So he was
He was
trying to
networking.
make a deal with Glacia to get the city back.
So he was doing all of the side
he
quests.
was doing a lot of her
Oh my
side
God.
quests.
All of the side quests that we didn't do.
And he was
champ.
doing them quite badly.
So funny.
With the idea that if you chose to, you could go and like join him and help him out. There was like at one point in time where he had like an infernal machine and was cruising around in that
What?
and stuff like that.
That's crazy.
So there's that whole side of things that could have been part of it.
Meanwhile, we're in a party in the Feywild.
Yeah, a little bit, yeah.
God.
So it was,
That's the point. We only found Lena because we went to the Feywild in the end.
Yeah.
which closed off Garen's sort of love story kind of thing.
Yeah.
They are together then.
Yes.
Hadn't been to the Feywild, wouldn't have found his old armour.
What caused them to break up in the first place?
So Garen is only half elf, where she's full like Sylvan elf, and her father didn't approve of the match effectively, and effectively like threw him out of the Winterfell because that's where he was brought up as like having a half like elven, half human parents, but Lena's father was like king of the Winterfell before the Collector moved in and like took over the Winterfell. And Garen was around at that point in time and tried to court Lena, and Lena was interested, but then her father sort of went absolutely fucking not, and
Arranged marriage to her.
yeah, effectively for a political move.
Wow.
And threw Garen out and threw Garen into quite a sticky situation where he ended up quite badly cursed, where
Is that why he can't touch holy people?
he
or?
can't touch anything that has any like divine power of any sort, whether it's good or evil.
Interesting.
He got quite badly cursed on his like throwing out of the Feywilds with like the hag that was like involved with that.
Whoa.
So
Poor
like he can't
dude.
really step into churches. It depends on whether
break.
they are hallowed or not. You can't like touch any like religious iconography that's actually been.
Yeah, we did gloss over
Active?
how he survived the
Yeah,
trip.
there
You
was a
removed his
discussion
curse.
beforehand.
Oh yeah, we
You
forgot.
asked Eofield to remove his
Oh,
curse.
was he straight up cured?
You
No.
have removed his
nice!
curse.
I
You've successfully
forgot
done so.
we did that.
Holy shit.
I thought they did a one-off
God,
thing. I
we're
didn't realise
good.
it was like
No, you talked a lot about like trying to put a bit of a pocket dimension and stuff like that, and he wasn't
show him in a
massively
bag.
happy.
I think
But
it
you've
would.
effectively removed his curse, so
Nice.
he has a lot more like freedom of movement and stuff like
So he's
that.
uncursed. He's back home. He's got his gal.
He's got his girlfriend, yeah.
I feel like
Damn.
he owes us a life debt or something.
We're heroes in the truest sense.
Yeah,
Yeah, he's very happy. That's his Lena.
good.
That's
Great.
really
They
nice.
get to be together.
I'm glad.
Hell
Happy
yeah.
after them.
Doesn't matter what other stuff we fucked up. We nailed it. We
You
got
got your
that
couples together,
exactly
your
right.
favourite shit.
Yeah.
Great for them. Really good for them.
Yeah.
Speaking of ships, who's Kyle married to? You really just threw that out
Wait,
there
what?
real near the end of the campaign and
Kyle's-
never brought it up.
Kyle's married.
He's married.
Oh, yeah.
Like
Do we know them?
No. And like Kyle hasn't seen them in a
Is he
very long
part
time
of, is he
either.
part of Glacia's polypule thing?
No.
That's why he's fine with being an Avernus.
No, Kyle got married on Big Shark many, many years ago, but hasn't seen their partner in a very, very long time.
That's so random.
It's very Kyle.
Kyle, your dad?
No?
No.
No.
Let me remember my backstory.
Right?
No.
You're half elf.
Yes.
Yeah.
Definitely no.
Both of your parents are half elves.
I named you after your father, but there was a typo in the birth certificate.
He signed his name in the wrong bit, but signed it drunkenly, so it came out Kai instead of Kyle. No.
Just every box in the certificate. Kyle.
No, it was just part of his adventures at one point in time.
Cool.
But he doesn't see his partner anymore.
That's so random.
Yeah.
It's Kyle.
So
Oh, that's random.
impeccable. 10 out of 10.
Leave through the rest of the menus on the shelf, just who have we not asked about yet? No, it's all good.
All good.
Happy?
White Raven's just going on back to
Yeah,
White
they just
Ravening.
vibing.
I'm not sure you'll know specifically what happens. Earthshow does go back to Dusthelm. Garen does also move his headquarters that were originally in Pelmar to Dusthelm because he wants to be in the material plane.
Cool.
And Lena goes with him. With the express idea that they're going to continue with the Light Raven's activities.
Nice.
Good for them.
Very nice.
As they should.
Yes. One of their main ideas is that they need to try and help the people that were forced out. Obviously the people from Pelmar that decided to come back to the material plane that now don't have any.
Yeah, that was
Thing
going to
to
be my
return
next
to.
question. Are they building a town, like a lakeside town? Are they
lakeside
just
town
dispersing? Or
Would crop up.
Very nice.
I don't know if it would have a name or anything yet, but there would be a little makeshift town that obviously there was a lot of outer
yeah.
settlements to Pelmar that didn't jump,
Yeah.
that suddenly had their city removed, and it sort of springs out of that. And then Earthshow and the Light Ravens kind of help people
Honestly,
settle where they need to or want to.
I think the name Pearlmire on the material plane is cursed. That city went through so much.
It really did.
fires.
Maybe they should.
I think they should rebrand.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not there anymore.
Yeah.
I guess if they kept the name Pelmar, then there'd be two cities called Pelmar, and
That's
also, as you say, it's a bit cursed, because then it would be a city that burnt down 3 separate times, and then,
Was
most of it
gouged out of
vanished.
the earth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you think Iowa's realm continues to be known as Palmar for a long time after?
Certainly to the citizens within it. I
I
don't
think
think
eventually as it branches out, they can't keep on calling the entire world that they inhabit just Pearlmire.
That's the name of
When
the
it's,
domain.
when it's
now.
doubled
Yeah.
in size, they're like, guys, AGM.
Pelmar and surrounding towns.
It's kind of cool.
You're
Pearlmire
right for
is out.
The
discussion.
rest of the upper plains are like Mount Celestia and Arborea, and Pearlmire's kind of
Yeah.
cool looking. Kind of cool sounding like that. Yeah.
Maybe? I don't know. I guess it depends on what scholar discovers it and puts it into the wheel.
You can
Cosmos.
argue
Listen,
it.
it doesn't need to be discovered. Everyone knows we've been there.
Not everybody knows it's there.
A lot of us just went there and came back and then talked to a lot of people.
You gotta.
And
So there are trade routes.
but a scholar must discover it and put it on the map.
Siren lives there.
I feel like also Kai is becoming a scholar when it comes to
Accidentally,
this
yes.
Yeah, so it's fine.
There needs to be a diplomatic mission
It'll
to
be on the
there's,
record.
Sigil or something.
Yeah,
It's
you
like,
know-
hello, I'd like to register my domain. I live on a demi-plane now in the Astral Sea. Its name is Pearlmire. Here's the forms.
It's the forms.
When you get the weather on the TV and it's like, right, here's all of the UK and then there's Shetland in a little box.
Yeah.
In the Kai's Atlas, it's like, right, here's the world and also Pearlmire.
In a little box from a different plane.
Yes.
It's not on the same plane, but I come back here often.
Cannot sail directly there.
That map is going to be worth extraordinary amounts of gold at some point, as that is then the only way to navigate to the new lands.
Excellent.
But awesome. Is that the end of the question?
Yeah,
For
I
now.
think so.
For now.
No, this is your only chance. To
Oh,
We're
wait.
never allowed to discuss
One
this
last piece of
campaign again
business
because
because-
Rosie's leaving forever.
It's true. And this is my parting words because I almost forgot this and I was going to be like, I'll let it pass, but then I knew that Isla specifically, Jesus fucking Christ,
Yeah.
so bright.
Do you want the
Right,
curtains
right.
closed?
We're about to stop streaming.
It's alright.
It's fine, it's going to be, like,
In your holy glow.
me lit like a beacon, the whitest woman alive. I just knew that Isla would be pissed if they remembered later on, and I hadn't said this. Polly's surname is Nator. There. Goodbye.
Nator.
Yeah, say her whole name. Say her whole
Pauline.
Thank you.
That's the perfect place to end this.
I think with that, we will end this version of 2024 Twitch stream. Made it to the end.
We did it.
Thank you so much for watching.
It's true. And her bees are the nations, but the pollination. Okay, goodbye.
Okay,
Thank you so much
goodbye.
for watching. And we'll see you at the next convention, hopefully.
Yeah.
Awesome. Thank you.
See you.
Bye.
Bye, everyone. Pollinator.
Pollination.
Yes.